We're still here outside the Alex Mall. A little bit earlier, we went inside the mall just to speak to some of the tenants to see how they're feeling with regards to the mall reopening temporarily to give some of the residents or the residents of Alex access to a mall, to be able to access basic necessities such as food, water and sugar. And what the army is going to be doing, they've been on the ground for the past few days, and what they're going to be doing right now is to do a sweep of the inside of the mall. And I'm just going to ask my camera colleague Sbu to just show you the army as they start to prepare themselves to go inside the mall. And I'm going to be joined by Lieutenant Colonel Mudupi, who is Lieutenant Commander Mudupi from the SANDF, who will be talking to me about the importance and significance of the army going into the mall. You've been here, thank you so much for joining me. You've been here since for the past few days, and we have seen an active difference with the looting being almost nipped in the bud and the reopening of malls such as the Alex Mall.
Good afternoon, Lieutenant Commander Mudupi. We are here today at the Alex Mall. We actually came here a little bit earlier. We went down for foot patrol at the Pan-African Mall and walk around the hostels. Now we came back to the Alex Mall. We are just going to go inside the mall, sensitize people about the social distancing as well. The wearing of masks, they mustn't forget that because we are still under siege of COVID.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So shall we start taking a walk and we can have a look and see what are some of the issues that you've done, and we can continue with our conversation. You know, one of the big issues has been the issue of intelligence and whether or not the SANDF, as backed by the police, have been able to get sufficient intelligence on the ground and use it effectively. What do you think has been a stumbling block with regards to that?
Various factors, but us, as the South African National Defence Force, and especially the ones that are tasked here, us is just to be present where we are instructed to go to as a hotspot or key area where the SANDF presence is required in support of the South African police. The police should be the one that actually looking into those matters.
And one of the big issues that you'll be doing here in the mall is to make sure that the people are making sure that they are maintaining social distancing and they are following protocol. What will you be looking out as the key triggering points with regards to this patrol?
Basically, when you go inside the shopping centers, as you would have seen that there's few shops that are open and a lot of people are looking for food. We will go especially on the stores that are congested and remind the people that that congestion actually is much more dangerous, and it's easier for us to actually sensitize them that you still have to keep social distancing because we've been on this situation for a very, very long time. And as we have gone down through the Alex Mall, we never struggled to actually warn the people. They complied, and we're hoping they will also comply.
So yesterday, there was a concerted effort to go into the different... I mean, Alex is very congested and it is densely populated. But you were able to go in and start confiscating some of the looted items. How was that operation and how many items were you able to manage to confiscate?
Yeah, the confiscating of items inside the houses of people, like I said, we are in support of the South African police. It is not our duty to go inside the houses and confiscate the stuff. We are specifically tasked to be visible, present at the key areas, and where possible do food patrol just to make people aware that the South African National Defence Force is around so that people just don't go out of way and do their own things.
And going forward, just before we let you go, ultimately, what other areas will you be focusing on as the SANDF Army? We have seen that the looting has abated, but obviously you need to keep a close eye on those trigger points. What will be the areas that you'll be focusing on specifically here in Alex as you continue with your foot patrols and your patrols inside the malls that are open?
If you look around, that the Pan-African Mall has been looted. There's nothing as we speak. Now this mall might be just the target. So it is important that our presence have to be here. Not that we will be permanently stationed here. We're walking around the area and then come back. We just making sure that the mall is safe at all times.
So much. And obviously you will be making sure that you're here 24 hours with the different deployments that come across. Thank you so much for joining me in our studio. It's absolutely important that the police, backed by the army, ensure that they maintain the security of the last standing malls in hotspot areas such as Alex, Deep Sluit and in Tembisa. So patrols like this is to ensure that the shoppers themselves feel reassured that there is safety in the malls, as well as the people who own the shops, the tenants who own the shops, need to feel that they are also secure, that there is safety, not just mall security, not just private security, but the police backed by the army. So we will be seeing this. We will be seeing the presence of the army as more army personnel is deployed on the ground. Boots hit the ground in Alex in the next coming days. We'll be seeing more of the army patrolling, doing walking patrols in and around the areas and in the malls that are considered hotspot malls. With that, it's back to you in the studio.